Hello, good morning. My name is Shivan Sharma, and my pre-topic is the history of batteries. Now, basically, the history of batteries is actually quite interesting. We can say the present day batteries is actually look like this battery. We can say this is actually an everyday cell, basically a small battery, single unit of battery. Actually, it's of 6 ampere. Okay, and in this battery, the positive side and negative side both are in a single unit, you can say. So the flow of flow of anions is actually quite easy to be flowed. Now can you imagine that this battery was invented in 200 years ago? Yes, it is true. Actually, back in those ancient times, there was actually an English archaeologist named Wilhelm Koenig. An archaeologist in 1938, he discovered that the batteries were actually invented in 200 years ago, from 200 years ago, from 1938 to 200 BC, in Baghdad, Iraq, which was actually anciently known as Kujur at that time. What he saw, that actually there was an iron rod which was attached to a copper, and which was dug into a vinegar. Now we can say that the vinegar was used to make batteries at those ancient times. Yes, this actually that iron rod was actually dug into 5 inches jar, which was completely filled with copper inside it, and it was attached with copper, and another part, an anode was actually attached with another. Actually, the cathode and anode both were attached to through each other with the iron rod. You can say that the test suggested that the batteries were discovered 200 years ago from the present date, and the vinegar and wine was used to run the batteries. Now we can say, now in that ancient times, basically the batteries were actually used for very many medicinal purposes, you can say, and there are actually many uses for batteries, we can say. But actually the original batteries was actually discovered by an Italian scientist in 1799 named Alessandro Volta. Yes, Volta was the inventor of batteries in 1799. Actually, what he did is that Volta created a passage for the flow of anions, cathode and anode, positive anions and cations. We can say anions and cations. Basically, anions are basically negative and cations are basically positive charges. And the flow of charges, he actually built the flow of charges. Actually, what he did, he actually took a layer of zinc and attached it through a brine-soaked sponge. We can say a brine-soaked cloth. We can say so, and he attached both through a wire. So we can say he saw a peculiar flow of current into this, a peculiar flow of anions into this, as the negative charges attract each other. So he saw that by attracting negative charges, that we can generate electricity and electric current, basically. To honor him, basically the SI unit of electromagnetic charge was named as volts, as to honor Alexander Volta. Now basically, let me tell you, anions are basically positive and negative charges. Now this cathode, basically the positive is known as cathode and negative is known as anode. Now basically, when we generate electricity, we have to flow this positive negative charges together. So the attraction between these two charges generate electricity, we can see. So you can see in this here, the both negative and positive and negative charges are attracted to each other, which generate an electric current through them, basically. And to give a more detailed view about that, Alexandro noticed that he saw that the two negative and positive charges, this negative and positive charges have an attraction into them. We can say the negative attracts, east and west attract each other, north and south attract each other, attract each other, we can say. Okay. So he noticed that positive charges and negative charges were attracted to each other, and due to this attraction, he helped to move them frequently. Now, as these charges are attracted to each other, now this attraction caused them the movement, a frequent movement in both the anions and cations. We can say a frequent movement was noticed in the cations and anions, and due to this frequent movement, the current was generated. we can say. So the current is basically nothing. It's basically the frequent flow of cations and anions, basically the frequent flow of positive and negative charges. This was actually discovered by Alexander Volta. Now as a diagrammatic view to tell you is that basically, for example, in the ancient times there were actually two beakers were kept. Two beakers. In that beakers, one was filled with actually positive anions, and one was filled with negative anions. Basically, this positive anions is known as anode, and this negative anions is known as cathode. Basically, now this basically this two beaker actually was basically attached with a single rod into them. We can say this there is a rod, an iron piece which was attached by a wire. Both of them which actually this wire actually attached, both of them which actually generate that the positive anions are basically transferred to the negative anions, or we can say these both are attracted to each other, you can say. And this basically this whole particle, basically this iron rod is basically known as anode, and this is known as cathode. These beaker are filled with positive anions, and this beaker is filled with negative anions. And you can say as there is a bulb lighting up, you can say. I'm not very good at drawing, but this is actually illusion. An illustration, we can say. For an illustration, this bulb has been lightened up. So basically it's just nothing, it's just flow of positive anions to the negative anions. We can say the attraction between two charged particles generate electric current, we can say. And as the Alexander Volta has done many experiments to develop these batteries, which were actually many of them were actually completely failed experiments. But basically, the SI unit of the SI unit of electromagnetic current, to measure the electromagnetic current, we use the SI unit volta, which was basically named after the Alexander Volta. Can you imagine that? So basically the present of now batteries have been gone from this way to this. Now basically it's very tough to move these two positive and negative charges filled with beaker. It's very heavy, and it's very difficult actually to work with these two particles. Now basically the invention and the future and the basically technologies have brought these both cathode and anode in a single unit, we can say, one with positive and one with negative charges, we can say. Okay, and this contain lithium in it. Basically, and lithium act as a cathode and an anode in it, and lithium act as a we can say a transporter from positive, transporter for a positive anion to you can say a negative anion. Basically, lithium is a transporter which takes positive anions to the negative anions. And we can say this is the present of future. This is the present of batteries, and you cannot imagine the future of batteries. We can say that batteries would be at this size in the future, we can say. So this is all what I want to say is in the last is that the batteries have I'm sorry. The batteries have actually a very exciting history, and it will be exciting to know their future as well. Now this is all from my side. Thank you.